episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. Your boy Young Rome 22, as always, here with the gang. I got my guys with me. We got another great show to get into tonight. I'm feeling good. My Commanders got the first playoff dub since the boy was like 16, so we definitely gonna get into that. But before we even touch on any of that, though, I'm gonna let the fellas introduce themselves. I got to start with the guy whose squad is not in the playoffs. Because like your team, we got to get you out the way real quick. So, top right, introduce yourself.
T-Boogie, man, y'all know what it is. It's a good old Victory Tuesday for me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and watching all these quarterbacks flame out this weekend just ensures me that my team's going to do the right thing and solidify our quarterback position for the long run. So, we're not here this year, but we're going to be there next year. So, wash hands, wash ass. Let's start the show, man.
All right. Hopeful. The 49ers definitely going to break the bank for Brock Purdy. That might be questionable. We'll probably get into that tonight, too. Top left, your squad was looking pretty good. Introduce yourself tonight.
What up, man? Scruff, you feel me? The enlightened ones, you feel me? Chilling, bro. We did all right. You feel me? I ain't getting too high, ain't getting too low. Let's talk a little bit more about the rest of these games. You feel me? But I'm not about to start talking crazy.
Wait, we're gonna get to Philly tonight, and you was talking a little spicy in the group chat, so we'll see where you're at on that Philly. I got some Philly takes myself, and last but certainly not least, my fellow Commanders fan here tonight. Let them know who you are.
Left hand up. At Bryce, XXV, Double I, a.k.a. Mr. Big Leaguer, a.k.a. Left hand up, man. Y'all know what time it is, baby. Commanders in the building, man. On to Detroit. Let's get it.
On to Detroit. That's right. Hey, man, we were already getting into it backstage before we started the show, man. So let's start right there with the wild card round, and obviously the most exciting game of the wild card weekend. I called it the main event last week for a reason, because it came down to the wire. Certainly delivered. The Commanders won the game 23-20 over the Buccaneers in Tampa, in case you missed it. Fifth straight game where Jayden Daniels and the Commanders have won on the final play. You want to talk about clutch. Jayden Daniels has been everything and then some when it comes to the word clutch. So, fellas, what were your thoughts on the game? What were your thoughts on Jayden Daniels' first playoff performance? And what do you think about the Commanders, moving forward? Let's start with T on this one.
Y'all want to start with me? All right, let's get it. Hey, man, it was a solid win, man. I don't want to take nothing away from them boys. It was a solid win. I thought the Bucs went out there and blew some opportunities to put that game away. Bad snaps, bad execution, but better team wins, better quarterback wins. Jayden obviously outplayed Baker. So the Commanders win. I'm not going to take nothing away. I'm actually happy for my Commanders fans. You know what I'm saying? Y'all finally getting to sniff the playoffs and what it means to be a good team. It's like looking at your young cousin, your young man, and hey, smell my finger. And it's like, you're getting a whiff finally. You know what I'm saying? You boys finally getting a whiff, getting closer to that thing. You ain't get there yet, you know what I'm saying? But you need a box. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Commanders fans for that. But just on an X and O's level, man, Jayden Daniels looks good. I'm not going to take that away from him. Jayden Daniels looks good. Me and Bryce had that conversation. Is he elite? Is he in that Lamar, Mahomes, and Allen tier? Not yet. Just off of, he hasn't played as much. But if you want to make a sample size of just this season, if you want to just collect that data set, he's firmly entrenched in that tier A. If you're just going off what you see week in and week out. And I think Bryce also said something, I don't know if it's this week, last week, but Jayden is not the quarterback you want to see with the ball in his hands at the end of the game. And he proved that once again. I'm not going to rant and rave too much about him. I think they have a tough task this week, got their hands full this week. I think it'd be cool to see them win. Ideally, as a DMV guy, I would love to see Jaden versus Lamar in the championship. Had the city lit, man. Had the city lit. Just ideally. So, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where my rooting interests are right now. But may the best team win.
Yeah, man, that would be a dream come true, man. Lamar versus Jaden would definitely have the city lit. The whole area would be going crazy for that one. But to your point, Jaden has been big time in the clutch moments. He's not the guy that you want to see with the ball in his hand in the last few minutes. Is very Kobe like, very Kobe-esque, if I can throw that in there. I'm gonna throw it to Bryce next, man. I know you were definitely hyped watching that one. But what are your thoughts on Jaden, and is this legitimate? Is this sustainable? We got the Lions up next.
It's legitimate as it gets. I mean, anybody that's trying to say it's not legitimate, anybody trying to say that Jaden Daniels' run is not legitimate, bruh, like I told T, man, they're going to be late to the party. And sometimes, you come late to the party and the party's still lit. You get to walk in and you get to enjoy it. But then when you see me, I'll be like, bro, you should have been here 2 hours ago. You feel me? That's what I'm going to tell you. Like, bro, you missed the first 2 hours. It's been lit in here. You feel me? And, there's going to be a lot of people late to the party, but that's okay. We accept new fans over here, bro. And I think what Jaden's doing right now, first and foremost, is a testament to his preparation. You know what I'm saying? Like, as someone that does mock drafts, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I do the big board each year. The one thing I can never predict when it comes to making these big boards, when it comes to ranking these players, I can't predict the person, bro. You feel me? I can watch all the tape I want. I can watch them run the 40. I can watch them bench press. I can watch the 3-cone, the shuttle, the drills. You feel me? But, like, I don't know the person. And that's what ends up screwing you over if you make a whole bunch of these big boards, because you might have somebody ranked top 20, but they got a bottom 20 work ethic. You feel me? And Jaden has proven that he's got an elite work ethic as well as elite intangibles. And when you combine those, this is what you get. I'm excited not only for the now, but really for the future. Because if we think about it, we truly think about it, Jaden is doing this with probably the worst supporting cast in the playoffs, right? Offensively, you know what I'm saying? We got some studs on the defensive end, guys like Bobby Wagner, a future Hall of Famer. But on the offensive side, we definitely have the worst supporting cast in the playoffs surrounding the quarterback, which makes it all the more impressive, right? When we think about quarterbacks who elevate, we think about guys like Brady. You guys, where you can put any 4 or 5 receivers with them, they're going to win. That's what Jaden's showing me, bro. I really do think right now we're watching a young GOAT in the making. Does he reach Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson status in the next couple of years? We'll see. But if you can't like project this, if you don't see what I'm saying, you're either oblivious or you're refusing to see the truth, man. Jaden Daniels is going to be one of the great ones. And man, it seems like it's happening right here and now, which is the craziest part about it.
Yeah, man. And to be fair, to T's earlier point, the only thing that you really can knock him on, or you really need to see now, is can it be sustained? Will he have like longevity at this? Which you can only give time. But go ahead, T.
Let me jump in real quick and let me ask you. This speech sounds oddly familiar. It sounds like a copy and paste ChatGPT of Texans fans last year. So I just want to say, are you potentially could we be jumping the gun here?
I mean, but wait, did they win the first round playoff game? They did. Did they quarterback save them? He did. So it seemed like it's tracks to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the Texans, right where they're supposed to be in the year 2 of having a quarterback who.
Hey, we're gonna get to that game as well, because I got some CJ Stroud takes. But if CJ Stroud can make it happen in Kansas City against the Chiefs, that whole little narrative that you just tried to throw in here right now, that's dead. Like what? The CJ Stroud sophomore slump where? Like I'm not seeing it, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
And y'all know I've been hard on CJ Stroud recently, bro. You know what I'm saying? Since he had what I call, every great has their game. Mike had the flu game, CJ Stroud had the cry game. You know what I'm saying? I've been hard on him since the cry game. You feel me? and I should probably reel it back a little bit after what he showed me this past weekend. But when we compare Jaden Daniels to CJ Stroud, just kind of in a vacuum, you know what I'm saying? As great as CJ's rookie year was, the things that Jaden is doing right now, it's not really comparable, bro. When you see what I like to call and what are now being termed as LeBron records. You know, these LeBron records where they pull out these random ass records that sound like they have no significance. Like LeBron is the first person to score 40 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists on December 13th ever in NBA history. You'd be like, what? And it don't really sound like much, but when you really think about it, it's like, damn, that is something. Jaden is starting to put together those type of records where it's like the only people that have done what he's done are legends, like real legends, bro. 3 games with 0 turnovers and 0 punts. It's only like 1 or 2 other quarterbacks that have done that, and they both in the Hall of Fame. Different level, man. Different level right now with Jaden showing.
Yeah, the only quarterback in the playoffs to have 0 punts and 0 turnovers is Peyton Manning and Jake Daniels. So that's another big stat right there. But Scruff, man, I got to get your thoughts on the Commanders. You've seen Jaden up close and personal at least twice, you know, being a Philly fan. But what did you think of this playoff performance?
No, I mean, you know, Jaden's impressed me, you know, throughout the year. So, you know, I thought it was a game that could have gone either way, right? And you know, I said I wasn't on the show last week, but I did say somewhere in some venue of some sort that the team that scores last would win the game. The team that had the ball at the end of the game would win the game. And I mean, that's what happened, man. So like, and Jaden Daniels has shown the propensity to handle those type of situations, right? He's done it even when the situation didn't go his way. He still led his team down the field to score, right? He still made things happen in those moments, right? Now, some fluke shit happened after one of those times, whatever. That was pretty crazy, that Cowboys game. But, you know, I was still impressed with the fact that he got the ball down the field. Like, that's more than we could say about Sam Darnold, you know, and a lot of other guys in the league that we've never seen do that, right? So, you know, that's something. You know, I love the enthusiasm from these guys. You know what I mean? You know, I can see that they're real proud of this guy, proud of the team. They're overachieving a bit this year, if I'm being honest. But you know, they got something special going on for sure. And it's just how what are you going to do? Continue to build on it, right? So now, what's going to happen this week? We'll talk about that next. But like, I thought they handled the Bucks. You know, Bucks are a quality opponent. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, Bucks wasn't going to win the White Super Bowl. But you know, they're a playoff team, so you know they belong here. That's my takeaway.
That's a fair take. That's a fair take. And if I'm being all the way honest in all objectivity, you know, being a fan of the Commanders team, I did get emotional watching them finally win a playoff game. First time since I was legal drinking age. You know, my boys get to see that. They were both hyped for that. So, you know, it's good spirits. I'm seeing Commanders fans everywhere I go. I'm having conversations with people in the streets just randomly, organically, just off the strength of being fans. Whereas a year or two ago, you were ashamed to wear this stuff in the Commanders. You should have left it as the football team as the name. So, you know, it's been a great journey. But in all objectivity, being a football fan and just knowing the game, Bryce, I think I said this to you in a text. The Jaden Daniels has been spectacular, but it has not fooled me into thinking that the Commanders overall are some great football team. This was a 4-win team last year. If you take Jaden Daniels away, I don't think this team is doing much. So if we're talking about the test that's up next against the Lions, I think it's a tall task. I think the Lions are going to get David Montgomery back. It's in Detroit. I'm not seeing a blowout. I don't think the Commanders go out like that. I do think it'll be a close one. And to Bryce's point, if it comes down to the wire and Jaden Daniels has the ball in his hands again, I have no reason to not believe that the Commanders come out with a victory. I'm not saying what my pick is quite yet, but I'm interested to get everybody else's thoughts on this Commanders-Lions game. The Lions are another team, much like the Commanders, coach named Dan. Both these guys not afraid to empty the clip, going for it on fourth down all the time. Well, I'm very interested to get everybody's thoughts. The Lions are a better team on paper, but it doesn't always come down to paper. So, Scruff, I'm gonna start with you on this one. What are your thoughts on this Lions Commanders game?
Oh, Roy, you pulled that one out of Roy. We said a better team on paper. But it doesn't always come down to
it's not paper football, my boy. This is not paper football. Right? This is gridiron football.
It may not come down, but it does. Everything doesn't come down to paper. Okay, bro. Nah, yeah, like you're right, bro. Like they not on paper. They not. It's not close, to be honest. Here's the thing, bro. Y'all weakness is their strength. So how that gonna play out for you? Let's be honest. Their weakness. Oh no, my bad. Y'all weakness is their strength. Y'all run defense ranked 30th, right? Their run, the dude just scored like 6 touchdowns last game. Well, two games ago or some shit, right? Like he was playing Madden numbers out there, bro. That's what y'all going against. The guy that y'all said is the next CMC. You know, so it doesn't look good for y'all. That. This is a smash mouth football team. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna run it up. We don't know about your secondary. It's not going to be good for you guys, man. Jaden's going to have to be firing a lot. And I don't think he has enough, to do that. So I think the best chance is if the Lions make some mistakes, they can stay in the game. But otherwise, it could get ugly. I think they'll stay in the game.
The Lions are fairly depleted on defense as well. So
14 points. They'll stay within 14 points.
Within 14. So you think the Lions cover the spread? What's the spread? 8.5, I believe.
Yeah, I think they cover the spread. I lean more towards that than not. But
interesting. All right, Bryce, I'm gonna go ahead and let you fire back at that.
I'd rather take 6.5 to be safe, but 8.5, I'll do that.
Bruh, let me give a little perspective, man. All right. Once upon a time, Tom Brady was throwing to who was that receiving course back in the day? Jabbar Gaffney,
Deion Branch.
Deion Branch. Name that guy, all right? And if I would have taken Tom Brady off of that team, would that team have been anything? I got to push back on your point a little bit, Ron. If I was to take Tom Brady off of that team that won the Super Bowl with that no-name receiving corps, would that team have been any good? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think Matt Castle won like 10 games, 11.
Yeah, but then what'd he do? Flamed out. But my point here is, bro, when you got a quarterback, and I'm telling y'all, bro, what I'm seeing, and y'all know, this season, bro, I've tempered my excitement a lot, right? I told you this, Rome. We've been talking all year, bro. I've been holding back because, I've been trying to deny what I've been seeing to not let myself get ahead of myself, right? But now I gotta be honest. I got the best quarterback in the NFC, bro. I'm done playing games with y'all, bro. I got the best quarterback in the NFC, and it's not close. And when you got the best quarterback in the conference, what KG say? Anything is possible, bro. So, yeah, maybe on paper, to Rome's point, we're not the best team. But when you throw Jaden Daniels in that equation, we are now one of the best teams, bro. It's that simple, bro. Quarterback is the ultimate trump card, bro. It's like the queen on the chessboard. All right, it can move anywhere. It can make up for anything, bro. And if you know how to move that queen on the chessboard, you're a lot better chess player than a lot of players that don't know what to really do with their queen, how to really make their moves with that queen, right? And that's how I view the quarterback. That's how I view Jaden Daniels. So I got to push back on that sentiment that, hey, the Commanders aren't going to be able to hang in there with the Lions because they're not as good of a team. If 5 is healthy, I think we're as good of a team, if not better. And let me explain. Jared Goff, what do you have? 5 picks in the game earlier this season?
Yep, 5? I was going to bring that up.
Hey, listen, if I could just get one of them things, we in there, bro. I just need one. I just need one pick. I don't need no crazy mistakes from the Lions. I need one pick, and I need to stop Jahmyr Gibbs, bro. That is the key to this game, bro. You stop Jahmyr, you make Goff make a single mistake, I'm telling you, the Commanders will win. And it's going to shock the world, but it's not going to shock any Commanders fans at this point, bro, because we almost, at this point, we're kind of used to it, right?
5 games in a row.
5 in a row, bro. I think we win a close game in Detroit, and I think we send them folks in the Motor City home upset, man. I really do.
Hey, man, if the Commanders get to the conference championship, it'll be a fun Tuesday, the following Tuesday. But T, man, we're in Commanders heaven right now. We're living in bliss, man. Bring us back to reality real quick.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Arming on his sweat already. Mom spaghetti. Hey, which Jaden we go? Which B Rabbit we gonna get out of Jaden? B Rabbit at the beginning of the movie, or B Rabbit to be Papa Doc? That's what it's gonna come down to. All right, and Bryce is 100% right. If you have the best quarterback on the field, you have an amazing chance of winning this game. But it's the ultimate team sport. He's gonna have to make up. I'm with Rome. That team is ass. He's going to have to overcome guys like Zacchaeus that can't catch trick passes, tight ends that can't get open, you know what I'm saying? Like corners that can't cover, linebackers that take bad angles. You're asking your quarterback to go into Detroit and make up for a kicker that can't fix his hair. All right, listen, it's possible. It's possible, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Like, this is, if Jaden is the best quarterback, since you're talking crazy, the best quarterback in the NFC, he got to go win some games, because there's some quarterbacks in the NFC that's been in Super Bowls, that's been in NFC championships. You know what I'm saying? This is his first opportunity. So he can't go out against Detroit and because now we don't got no excuse. You say the team good, ain't no excuse now.
He make the team good. I say the team is good because he makes the team good. If he's on the team, they good.
Hey, listen, he got to win. You know what I'm saying? To Rome's credit, if they go in there and they play Detroit tough, I'll respect them. But if they go in there and they lose and they play them tough, I'm on your ass, boy. Talking about this man is the best quarterback in the NFC. Bro, he ain't even played 16 games.
Hey,
didn't have to.
He ain't played a full season. He ain't got through an off season yet, man. We ain't even got to check his tape out during the off season to get him in that sophomore slump, to see what his tendencies are.
Hey, you know what? You want me to tell you what makes him so great, bro? The Rams had an opportunity to either have the 4th or the 5th seed at the end of the season, bro. And you know what the Rams did? They tricked that game off. The last game of the season, they tricked it off because Sean McVay rather play the Vikings, who were this big ass juggernaut coming into it all. He'd rather play the Vikings than Jaden Daniels, bro. The smart coaches already know. Y'all just the last ones to get it, bro. So I'll let y'all be late to the party, man. Y'all walking to the party, be like, man, this party lit. I'm gonna tell you what I say. I'm gonna tell them wrong, bro. This shit was lit 2 hours ago, bro. You should have been here.
Hey, Dan Campbell said it in his press conference, man. Jaden Daniels is dangerous. Those are Dan Campbell's words. He's dangerous.
No one's denying what we've seen this season. I'm talking about from the Hail Mary to some of these scrambles to him getting crushed in the first quarter last week. Bro, I thought they was going to bring out a cart. I seen him get hit. I thought they was going to bring out a cart for your boy. He bounced back and played like nothing happened. The one thing I respect about Jaden Daniels, and Big Shirley made this comment, I thought about it. She said, man, the reason Jaden Daniels is so good is because his personality. She said he's a happy person. He's always positive. No matter what the score is, no matter how the game's going, he has a smile on his face. That type of stuff permeates through a locker room, organization, and clearly through a fan base. Clearly through a fan base. But this is still football. This is still X's and O's. This is still any given Sunday. And you going into Detroit. Detroit should have beat the 49ers last year. They get back, bro. Detroit feels like they should win. They should be in the Super Bowl, and y'all in their way. So I got Detroit covering the spread. Even though Commanders are very pesky. They've played everybody close. But Detroit scores so many points, bro. I'm going with what I see. Commanders can score, but the Lions can really score.
Hey, to Bryce's point, man, about Jaden being the best QB in the NFC, man. When we originally in the group chat, we were talking about the tier list for the QBs. I ranked the playoff QBs, the QBs from the playoffs, and I had Jared Goff as my number 1 QB in the playoff, and Jaden is my number 2. So for me, these are the best 2 QBs in the NFC remaining, in my personal opinion, at least based off what I've seen this season. Yeah, I got Jared Goff over Jalen right now. Jalen, and we're about to get into this right now, but Jalen just hasn't looked like, the Jalen that had me saying he was better than Josh Allen. He hasn't had one of those seasons, and I'm interested to get Scruff's take on this because I don't necessarily think it's Jalen Hurts that's the issue. And I see the comments about my boy Justin Herbert. We'll get into that later, but I don't think it's necessarily a Jalen Hurts issue as it might just be something with the passing game, something on that offense, maybe the addition of Saquon and everything on the passing game just not clicking the same. But I don't think it's necessarily a Jalen Hurts problem. So Scruff, what exactly is going on with Philly? Because y'all got the dub last week. Jalen looked like he was struggling a little bit. Saquon did his thing and y'all got out of there. But what's going on in Philly?
Just a little rust, so that's like the main thing that I see. Like, if I'm being honest,
It was a rusty season.
I don't know about all. I don't know. I don't know about all that, bro. Like we put up big points in plenty of games, man. So like, I mean, what this standard is that y'all are expecting is like, okay, so you want us to like throw for like 300 yards and rush for like 200 yards. Like, okay, like shut the fuck up with all that bullshit, bro. Like, we win the game however you need to win the game, bro. So like, I don't want to hear this, oh, this guy should be getting 100 yards and like, okay, yeah, if you're building your stupid little parlay, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, this guy's need to get 100 and this guy need to get 100. And no, like you manufacture wins. That's what football is about, bro. So I don't give a fuck how many yards he passed for, right? What I don't like is that we didn't capitalize as many opportunities as we could have, right? That's what I see. That's what I see as rust. Like we could have cashed in on more opportunities. For as good as we played, we should have scored more points. So we're not going to be able to do that next week. So you're going to have to pick it up a little bit. So like, you're not going to afford to do that. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a thing like they do is like they do enough to win. It's funny how people do that. They do just enough to get the job done. Like, do you guys do that at work? Do you I'm just asking, like, do you guys do that at work? Do you guys just do enough to get the job done? Or do you like, oh, like, no, I'm gonna slam the shit out of this spreadsheet like every time? Like, nah, like you sometimes you just do enough. Like, that's what it is. They did enough to win the game. They won the game 22-10.
When it's playoff time, I'm slamming the spreadsheet. When it's playoff time, bro. And that's what it is right now. It's playoff time. The Rams aren't gonna play them games with y'all.
Nah, at the end of the day, some people may call it playing down to the competition, but I guess we beat them. They were within two possessions of us at the end of the game. So at the end of the day, like, what are we talking about here?
Bro.
Could we have done better? Scored more points? Yeah, sure. But at the end of the day, we handily won the game. So like, I'm not concerned at all. I just feel like we got to pick it up against the Rams. That's it.
Jump in here, T.
I have never seen an HR wiretap before, bro.
I
just respond. You gotta take me to court for that one. Like, what the? Hey, listen, I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. Some other guys out there, I don't know. They just get the job done. But I think you're wrong, Scruff. I think the Eagles are so much better than every team in the NFC outside of Detroit that they can have another week where they don't really come to play, so to speak, and easily cruise past the Rams. I think also Eagles are a team that's won a lot too. So it's like it's hard to get up for games when you've been there before, right? And your goal is only the Super Bowl, Teams like the Commanders, Detroit, that haven't been there, they're up every week. But the guys that have been there know, bro, we just need to get to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. I can understand why, there could be a little bit of complacency, a little bit of boredom. You see that mostly in basketball, but I can understand it in football. But Eagles versus Detroit, that's my prediction. Both teams cover the spread. Take the over in both games, and no, don't take the over in the Eagles games. The Eagles gonna run the ball. Take the overs in the Commanders games. They'll manufacture some points, but that's my prediction right there. No further questions.
Brad, the complacency in a playoff tournament when it's one and done is crazy.
Listen,
good luck with that.
Listen, some teams call all their trick plays before the big game, and some teams, they wait till the moments really matter to crank it up. And Redskins, Commanders, we've seen the best of what they can do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this guy, man. Hey, yeah, you're not gonna see the best of what we can do until we have a better opponent in front of us. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out Saturday night, man. You're gonna find out Saturday night, man.
No, that's like saying you're gonna fight better against Mayweather. It's not true, bro. It sounds
no, that's exactly the case, bro. No, this is what you're missing. This is what you're missing. Mayweather fights better against Pacquiao than he does against the bum. That's the part. That's the part you're missing, bro.
You guys
are great. When you are great, it takes something great to bring your greatness out of you, bro. That's a fact.
What do we have to say the Commanders are great?
We have this fact right here. They went from 4 wins to 12 wins. That's what that's 3 times better. They're 3 times better than they were in one season because of Jaden Daniels. That's not greatness on his part.
You came from the bottom. It's not like you came from the middle of the league. So 3 times better. You didn't win a division. You didn't have a bye. What are we talking about?
Name a team that won 8 more games the next season.
From last season?
From ever. Like it's never happened, bro. Like we're like you can downplay it right now in the moment on January 14th, whatever it is, but 2025. But I promise you, in 3, 4, 5 years, when all these other rookie quarterbacks come in and none of them have a season even close to this, and we do get this offseason you were just talking about, and we can watch the film and compare it to CJ last year. It's not comparable, like Bryce said, bro. What Jaden has done this year is the best rookie season we've seen from a QB ever. If he beats the Lions and gets to the NFC Conference Championship, it won't even be debatable. You'll come on the show next Tuesday and you'll say Jaden Daniels is having the best rookie season of any NFL quarter. You'll have no choice but to say it.
Same shit he been saying, bro. Hey, bro, I know T. He gonna be like, nah, golf through
no, listen, man.
Had a fumble. That's the real. Hey, you know T, bro. He ain't gonna give it up until Jaden wins.
T, I know you're not about to compare my man to Bo Nix. I know you're not about to bring up Bo Nix.
Hear me out. Out of all the old guys, we 2 for 3 with just having good seasons. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, and Chris Winkie. So, you know what I'm saying? The stats are showing that if you play 50-plus games in college, you're going to come to the NFL and be able to find your footing a little bit better. That's all.
If you go back and watch Bo and you put on some tape of Bo or anything like that, he's not touching Jaden, bro. Like the Broncos had a good season. He had a good rookie season. It's not the same as Jaden. Trust me.
Listen. Jaden is having a historic rookie year. If he wasn't a rookie, they would be talking about NFL MVP. I get all that. You still got to go out and win Sunday.
All right, and I agree with that. And you know, like I don't want this conversation to stay on the Commanders for too long because Rome, you had transitioned into the Jalen Hurts conversation. And I think that's an important conversation to have, right? Especially in lieu of what Jaden Daniels is doing, because Jalen Hurts is another one of those quarterbacks that started off on fire, you know, in his career, right? Jaden came out hot to start his career, and now it seems like it may be simmering down just a bit, right? You know, some folks, I've said it at times, have said he's, you know, more of a running back than a quarterback, right? I mean, his best attribute is running the football. But this Eagles-Rams matchup, man, is going to tell me a hell of a lot about Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry, about Jalen Hurts, right? Because unlike their first game in the playoffs, this game is going to be a real quarterback duel. You know what I'm saying? This game is going to be a real quarterback duel. And I've been telling y'all for some weeks now, bro, probably dating back to like mid-season, that the one team, and once I saw it, I knew it, the one team that nobody wanted to see when playoffs come around is the fucking Rams, bro. Bro. And was that not on display over the weekend, bro? Like, I mean, we talking about a Vikings team that I don't want to say they was crowning them, but Dan Campbell ran the midfield and told Kevin O'Connell, "I'll see you in 2 weeks." You feel me? Like Dan Campbell was sure he was going to see them dudes again. And the fact that the Rams were able to handle them in that way, especially the way that Matt Stafford just picked them apart, like with relative ease, Man, if I'm the Eagles right now, I'm probably a little worried, especially considering that the Eagles' Achilles heel so far this season, and I've mentioned this before too, has been their slow starts. And I saw that again from the Eagles, bro. It's like although they controlled that game, and I think I said it around halftime when we was in the group chat. I was like, bro, this is one of them games where like the score might have been like what at half, like 7. They might have had 17. Was it 17-3? But it felt like they should have had 24, 27. You know, they should have been skunking them something crazy. But they didn't keep their foot on their necks. If I'm an Eagles fan, I might be a little concerned with LA coming into town, bro. I don't know, man. That game could get a little scary, I think.
Yeah, me personally, I like the Rams to upset them. To be honest, I think the Eagles aren't going to be able to do much with Puka and Cooper Kupp. I don't like the corner matchups with those receivers personally, and I think that's going to be what gets it done. I think the Eagles will play it close. I think Jalen and them will start to press. There'll be a turnover late, and the Rams put it away. And
And
that'll be a wrap on the Eagles season.
And you know the other thing the Rams got, man, that is concerning for a guy like Jalen Hurts is that interior pass rush, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like interior pass rush bothers Hurts more than anything, bro. Just from what I've been seeing, bro. It's not so much Hurts can beat the guys on the edge, bro. If you got some great edge rushers, Hurts can find a way to get around them. But when that pressure's coming up the middle, man, he succumbs to it a lot. And Kobe Turner, Jared Verse, man, them boys coming, bro. Them boys
y'all
coming.
talking, y'all got a narrative, but it's the wrong narrative. And this is what actually happened the last time the Rams played the Eagles, right? What actually happened was our interior defensive line was unstoppable, particularly Jalen Carter was unblockable, abusing Matt Stafford to the point where they couldn't even run the full set of route tree. They had to run slants only. They're running little routes like this because the dude had to do a 2-step, 3-step drop, and the dude's already at his chest. You feel me? So you're talking about the right thing, but you're talking about the wrong team. Like the Eagles' defensive line has the potential to dominate this game and render Matt Stafford ineffective. So they're not going to be able to go downfield and do all this crazy shit with Puka. Puka can't run those Madden routes against Jalen Carter. The one thing that people aren't talking about is the Rams' offensive line is not a good offensive line, and that's not a trait of a championship football team.
And that's Matt Stafford just got to get the ball out of his hands quick. One thing about McVay, man, he's which y'all because you're right. Y'all did dominate them up front last time. But one thing about Sean McVay, man, he's gonna study that film, that tape. He's gonna know what y'all did, and he's gonna have a counter for it, guaranteed. So I'm not too worried about it in that aspect. The only thing that worries me about the Eagles
unless he playing right guard, bro, he ain't doing a damn thing about it, bro.
The only thing that really worries me about the Eagles in this one, though, is Saquon. He's always the X factor. I think the Rams are just going to go all out, though, to stop Saquon and tell Jalen Hurts to beat him. Like I think that's what it's going to come down to. Is can Jalen Hurts go back to that MVP form?
They got to load the box. You got to load the box on the Eagles right now, man. And I'm with you. Make Jalen beat you, man. Make AJ Brown read his books on the sideline, you know what I'm saying, and beat you with his mind, I guess. You feel me? Like I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles O-line, bro. Like that O-line is ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? I don't buy that they're that much better than everybody else, like T is saying, bro. I don't think, and the reason I don't think they're that much better than everybody else, it's the quarterback, bro. When we say, like we said, right, some of these games will come down to who got the better quarterback. I think I give Matt Stafford the edge in this matchup with him and Jalen Hurts. And I don't think it's all that close, bro, especially if we view how they're playing at this very moment. Matt Stafford was playing on an elite level last game. Jalen Hurts looked like he's still, dusting off those cobwebs from the concussion.
All right, man. Go ahead, T.
I didn't think the Vikings played all that well last week, but I didn't think the Rams played all that well last week. I thought the Rams just played a little bit better. I mean, it's one of them games to me where the score wasn't indicative of like the score showed like they kind of beat up on them, dominated them, but the Vikings just had a bunch of miscues. They couldn't stop the pass rush. Sam Darnold held on to the ball for forever. I thought the play calling was putrid. Kevin O'Connell consistently has lost in the playoffs. I'm not buying the Rams as world beaters. I know they're finally healthy. I like the young guys up front. They can get after the quarterback, but bro, Eagles are going to run the rock. They have pass rushers. Like they got Kobe Turner. He's not no behemoth in there. He's a disruptor in the pass game. They're going to run the ball through that man face mask. But what do I know? Take Saquon on the over for 120. He's going to run the ball down their throat.
I mean, he's definitely going to get the opportunities. I'm sure of that. But look, before we jump to the AFC, man, I want to get some thoughts on some of these losing QBs, man, and what y'all think the future might be on some of these dudes, right quick, man. And you just mentioned the Vikings, T. So let's start with Sam Darnold, man. I know I've been a Sam Darnold supporter in the past. I actually said the Vikings weren't going to do much this season. And, at the right time, they kind of turned into the team that I thought they'd be from the very start. These last two games were abysmal. I think Sam Darnold definitely is costing himself some money with his performance in these last two games. But what are y'all thoughts on Sam Darnold? The Vikings were right there for the number one spot, lost to the Lions, got to the playoffs. Now they're at home watching the rest of the playoffs with us. So, Scruff, man, what are your thoughts on Sam Darnold and his future? Should the Vikings keep him around?
I'm going to quote the great Dennis Green. And he said, they are who they thought we were, or something like that. He was who we thought he was. He's exactly who we thought he was. I didn't quote it exactly, but that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why that was so hard for me, but they are who they thought we were, or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold is exactly what we thought he was. Right? He's not as good as we thought, right? When we talked about this, when you're in the good games, you see a Sam Darnold versus Matt Stafford, you're gonna be able to tell the difference. Bryce said this last week. I agree with you, 1,000%, and you definitely saw the difference. That dude was just out there, what was he doing? To the point where they looking do we put in Daniel Jones? Could it get worse? You know what I mean? We just throwing up field goals. And you got the best receiver in the league on one side, pretty damn good number two. There's really no reason for that. So now you're looking at Sam Darnold's season and you look at it and you wonder, is this like Case Keenum season? Was that what we're looking at? Is that what we're looking at, like a Case Keenum season? Remember when Case Keenum led the Vikings to the playoffs and they lost to the Eagles and they got mollywopped, I don't know, somewhere between Case Keenum and Kirk Cousins, but more Case Keenum. So, that's Darnold is what I thought he was. He's the 27th best quarterback in the NFL, maybe somewhere between 27 and 42. I'm serious. Yeah. That's the number.
No, I mean, I'm right there with you. I mean, I think at his best, he's probably mid-20s, and the quarterback we saw these last two games is not NFL quality starter. Which I don't think that's Sam Darnold. I don't think that's who he truly is. I think he's a QB who at times can play without confidence, and we all know if you're playing any sport, any position without confidence, you might as well walk yourself to the bench.
I think he still gets a starting job next season, though. Probably elsewhere. I don't know. It's more like a situation where they might sign him and then draft somebody too. Well,
remember they got JJ McCarthy, who should be coming back.
Yeah, but I don't feel like there's any reason for the Vikings to bring back Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Unless he's coming down on a budget, unless it's a budget deal, I don't see it. Some way, Sam can still get some money out on the market.
Hey, Ron, you make a great point about the confidence, man. And we see a lot of records get set in the NFL each and every week, right? Almost, it seems like a new record getting set by somebody every week. And a couple years ago, Sam Darnold became the first ever in the NFL. He became the first ever medium. He was the first medium that could see and talk to ghosts. He was the first one ever in the history of the NFL, bro. He even said it himself. He said, "When I'm out there, I'm in the pocket, I'm seeing ghosts." And it was that moment right there, bro. When a man that plays quarterback says he's seeing ghosts, I knew it was over for Sam Darnold. As much as I like him coming out of USC, said the man sees ghosts in the pocket. And y'all saw him over the weekend, bro, on Monday night. He was seeing ghosts again, bro. He was seeing shit that was not there, bro. When dudes was wide open, he was seeing a ghost in front of him. So he was moving on, bro. Like he just was not seeing it. I felt bad. Y'all saying Kevin O'Connell's play calling was abysmal. I felt bad for Kevin O'Connell every time they panned to him on the sideline. He looked so damn frustrated. Like, bro, I'm giving this dude the plays. I mean, I saw multiple times. What's my man, Ty Hawkinson, running wide open, crossing on a simple crosser, bro. Sam Darnold refusing to throw the ball. Justin Jefferson, they went for two, bro. He threw to Justin Jefferson outside the end zone when he had a man right behind Justin Jefferson wide open in the end zone. I'm like, yeah, your man just not seeing it. And that's what happens, to your point, Rome, when your confidence is destroyed. You might be able to get shades of it back, right? You might be able to get it in flashes and spurts, but you'll probably never get it all the way. And that seems like where it was the situation with Sam Darnold. I don't think he'll ever be able to consistently perform. It's unfortunate because, I mean, in a 2, maybe 3 game stretch, he probably lost himself 20, 30 M's. Sheesh. That's a lot of M's. That's a lot of
If I could turn back time.
Yo, he would have been better off like spraining his motherfucking ankle or some shit.
Yo, he should have. That's a fact. After that first quarter, when he got in that game, he was like, he should have been like, damn, I'm seeing ghosts again. My hammy. He should have just pulled up with a hammy, bro. As soon as he realized he was seeing them ghosts, man. But
hey, T, man, what you think about Sam Darnold? You think he'll get a job elsewhere, or you think the Vikings hold on to him?
I think the Vikings retain him. He clearly lost a lot of money. You watch that man lose money in real time. Crazy. But I'm honestly not as low as on Darnold as a lot of people. I think you hit the nail on the head, Rome. Especially at quarterback. Out of all the positions in sports, the hardest one is the ultimate confidence sport. So if you lose your confidence mid-game, mid-season, you're going to struggle, right? Because you need to be able to throw the ball and know that the guy can get to the spot, know that you made the right read pre-snap and post-snap. One thing that we have to understand about Darnold is that's his first time in a really big moment. You know what I'm saying? These last 2 weeks, where it's his first time in the NFL in playoff atmosphere in big games. He's not the first to wither, to crumble, to not get it done. Lamar withered last year in the playoffs. Herbert withered this year in the playoffs. Jordan Love just crumbled in the playoffs. I don't think that's a situation that is exclusive to Darnold. Darnold was just in a position to lose the most, and he lost it, unfortunately. But I do think the Vikings retain him. I do think they make McCarthy earn that spot next year. Handing over the keys to a rookie coming off of an injury just doesn't seem like a reasonable investment to me. But so I think they retain him to the tune of maybe $10 million a year, $8 to $10 million a year. It's not about hating on Lamar. I see the comments. It's not about hating on Lamar. It's about what really happens in football, what really happens in the playoffs. You see it in college, you see it in high school, you see it in the pros, man. Big games, big moments require big balls. Pause. No digging. But that's the fact of the matter, bro. Pat Mahomes walks on that field and knows, bro, you better not let me get the ball. Josh Allen walks on that field and knows you better not let me get the ball. And this season, we've seen the same thing from Jaden Daniels. We've seen the same thing from Lamar Jackson. So, you know what I'm saying? If Sam wants to overcome that, he's going to rise to the occasion by, just having confidence. You know what I'm saying? Just personally, this Coach Boogie talking. When you're seeing ghosts, when the game's going too fast, a lot of people tell you slow down. Slow down, let the game come to you. I think that's some old archaic advice. I think it's the worst advice. I think it's the way to get yourself to the bench the fastest. I think when the game is going fast, speed yourself up. Play like you've always played. Reckless abandon, because what's the worst you can do? You are already failing anyway, right? If you were going to throw a pick, throw with some integrity, bro. Let the ball go. Let it rip. That's just my, a little QB athletic, psychology there. And I think more quarterbacks need to take that advice.
Yeah, that's not bad advice at all, man. But before you got to the advice part, I just wanted to make sure I heard you right. You said Sam Darnold first time in the big playoff type atmosphere crumbled. So I just want to get that right. And then Jaden Daniels first time in big playoff atmosphere did not crumble.
Did
Just wanted
not.
to clarify that one.
But also,
For the first time as well.
but this is what I was speaking to before. I made a joke about it with Chris Winkie, but like playing 50 games in college, man, is invaluable. Brock Purdy played an inordinate amount of games in college. I think these coaches need to start evaluating guys that have played more games and not feel like, all right, he's reached his potential or we've seen the best of him. He can't, the ceiling is only but so high. Bro, going through those fires, having those turnovers, walking around campus, and people telling you ruined a parlay can build a callus in you, or it's going to make you shrink. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's something to look at from a fan perspective, from a coach perspective. Like, don't count out guys that have played a lot of games.
Nah, yeah, I agree with you there, man. I've always looked at it like that myself when it came to evaluating a college quarterback. The small sample size in college does not equate to being very good in the pros. But let's keep it pushing, man, because one guy that was pretty good in college was CJ Stroud, and he's pretty damn good in the pros as well. Had that outstanding rookie year, and now he's following it up with some people were saying was a sophomore slump. But his team, he won the division, the AFC South. They'll tell you it's a weak division, still won it. And now he's got his team in position. They hosted a playoff game. They won that, which some people, I believe, on ESPN talking heads said that was going to be a bye week for the Chargers. Well, on his bye week, somehow Justin Herbert threw more interceptions than he did all season. So that's crazy. CJ Stroud's got the Texans in prime position, in my opinion, to go into Kansas City and potentially pull off an upset. So what's everybody's thoughts on that, man? What do y'all think about this Texans-Chiefs game? Jump off of this one.
They don't have a chance.
Whew. No chance. And we've seen the Chiefs this season, bro. You saying no chance?
No chance. When I saw the last game, when I saw the Chargers game, what I saw was a team that gave away the game, right? The Chargers, they were so bad, they handed them the game, and just the same way y'all talked about the Eagles, the Texans probably could have won by more than that. You know what I'm saying? If we're being honest, so it's funny how the narrative switches when we're talking about different people, but what do you do? 4 picks, something like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, am I really that impressed with what the Texans did? No. So, no, I'm not impressed. I don't think that they're going to do. The Chiefs, yeah, sure, the Chiefs haven't really beat anybody by a lot. But, maybe the points won't say that. But ultimately, the truth of the matter is, the Texans don't have a chance to win this game.
Man, I'm not just gonna poo-poo 2 picks by Singletary in a game. Lassiter's been balling all season. He had that man locked down when he got that pick. I think that was a little bit more credit deserved to the Texans defense, but I do hear you though. The Chiefs did give away that game. My guy Justin Herbert looked like a straight bum in the biggest moment possible. I
don't get it though, Rome, because the Texans defense made plays and you give them props, but when the Eagles defense made plays, you turned it into a penalty for the quarterback for not scoring. So what is it, Rome?
Whoa! I didn't.
You want to talk about? I want you to keep that same energy because what's going on? Because
first of all, I've said great things about the Eagles.
You started this joint complimenting CJ Stroud when he did exactly what Jalen Hurts did. So I don't want to hear that, bro. This team was not impressive.
I complimented CJ Stroud's season, not necessarily this last performance. As far as Jalen Hurts, if you want to compare the season, I would say CJ Stroud has had a better season than Jalen Hurts, just from an individual perspective. But that's a whole nother debate.
We switching the narratives. I'm talking about the playoff game. What happened in the last game? He didn't play that well. In my opinion.
He didn't play that great, but Jalen Hurts didn't play that great either.
Texans didn't play that well.
CJ Stroud played better than Jalen Hurts in the wild card. If that's what you're trying to get me to say, I can firmly say that CJ Stroud played better than Jalen Hurts in the wild card for sure. He probably had a better season overall in 2024. Also,
what I see is two teams that did enough to win the game. Exactly. Against, in this situation, in my opinion, the Chargers gave away the game, and the Packers didn't exactly give away the game, but
Oh, so that's not a narrative switch. The Chargers gave it away, but Jordan Love throwing picks isn't giving it away. That's the Eagles.
Jordan Love threw 4 picks or what? Because
he threw 3. He threw 3.
Okay.
Two of those picks was off dude's hands, bro. Come on, man.
Okay. You don't throw 4 picks in the playoff game and get to walk away without being like criticized. Okay. And you don't get 4 turnovers in the game and don't get walked away without saying you should have did more. If that's what we're doing today,
you know how you end up throwing 4 picks. It doesn't work that way. If you're Justin Herbert, it's because the Texans have Will Anderson, and I'm drawing a blank on my other guy's name, but they got 2 stud pass rushers that were in his grill all day. They're gonna be in Patrick Mahomes' grill all day, and the Chiefs' offense has not impressed me. Maybe they come out there and turn into the Chiefs of old. That wouldn't surprise me at all either. But if they're the Chiefs that we've seen all season, then I think the Texans have a great chance of making an upset. I think you're completely underselling the Texans' defense in a weak attempt to compare them to the Eagles at that. Who also have a solid defense, but
you so dead wrong on this one, Rome. Like, first of all, they barely beat a team that threw 4 picks and like gave the game away against Justin Herbert and the Chargers, who what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And we talking about the Chiefs now. So they're gonna go and play the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. So you want to say like that? So like Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. You see, that's the big difference, right? We're talking about a team that never did shit and a team that does shit regularly, bro. That's the difference. We're talking about a guy that's never did shit versus a guy that does shit regularly. As like that's what his life is. That is what his expectation is.
I didn't say they were going to go in there and win. I said that they have a chance.
This is not where the playoffs start for the Chiefs. It is not where it is where it starts today, but it doesn't end here, bro. Like they're just getting started. Like this week is the first week, and this is just the warm up for them, bro. This is the preseason for their real season, which begins in 2 weeks or 3, maybe, whatever the Super Bowl is.
All right, T, jump in here, man.
You got them penciled in. They just got no.
In reality,
start to the Super Bowl.
In reality, their season really starts. No, in reality, though, their season really starts at the AFC Championship. In all reality, because that's going to be the first game where, like, besides like the first game against the Ravens and a couple other games they have were like okay, but like this is a game where they're actually playing like it matters, because like that's what happens when you're like that great is like. Sometimes you got to feel a little. You make things a little closer than they should be, and like they've been playing out in competition this year, but they always get it done when it matters. So they are going to beat the Texans, and I don't care what the scoreboard says. The Texans never had a chance to win this game.
To be fair, the Chiefs have been in every AFC Championship game for, I want to say, every year that my youngest child has been alive, which is kind of crazy. But one of y'all go ahead, jump in here.
No, Scrub started barking up the right tree there, man. Their margin of victory has been very slim, bro. The Chiefs' margin of victory, right? They've gotten used to, like Scrub described as playing down to their competition, right? That worries me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when we start talking about the Texans having no chance, because literally everyone that's played the Chiefs this year have had a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched, bro, they literally lost some games on like a missed field goal to like a horrible team. I can't remember what team they lost. They beat by a missed field goal, but that happened, right? They had some other fluke games where it was just like a little play here or there, man, and they would have lost. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, bro. Some of them Chiefs games have been a little too close for comfort. And when you talk about players like Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter coming off the edge, pairing that with who I believe has ascended as the best cornerback in the league, and Derek Stingley, bro, this is a formidable defense, bro. And unlike Scruff, I feel like CJ Stroud really showed me something, and I was hard on bro. I was really hard on bro after he had that cry game. I still can't unsee it, but like that game, CJ showed me something because CJ Stroud is typically a pocket passer, right? I mean, he doesn't get out the pocket much, doesn't do too much running, but there were two pivotal plays in that game that literally he made sure his team won. On one of the plays, I don't know if y'all watched the whole game, but on one of the plays, the center snapped it over CJ Stroud's head. CJ Stroud ran the ball down, picked the ball up to save the down. He could have just stopped there and went out of bounds or spiked the ball and threw it out of bounds just to save the possession. But CJ Stroud scrambled around the right side, found a wide open man for like a 35, 40-yard game. There was another play towards the end of the game where CJ Stroud, who's not known as a good runner, literally had his longest run of the season on a pivotal third down. He had his longest run of the season in the first playoff game. That's somebody to me that's showing that they want to do anything to win the game, bro. And when you take that type of hunger, paired with the type of defense I believe the Texans have, type of defensive coach I believe they have, I think they're a formidable opponent for the Chiefs. And I wouldn't have said that before the playoffs started. I probably would have aligned more with Scruff on this one. But thinking about how the Chiefs have closed games this year and thinking about what I saw from the Texans this past week, I think it's going to be a down-to-the-wire game, bro. And it could be one of those games where whoever has the ball last wins. It just seems like Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs always have the ball last, bro. I don't know how they be finessing that. But so I'll go with the Chiefs to win the game. But I don't see it just being an automatic shoe-in. And I think they better come with their A game.
Even if they win on the last drive, the truth of the matter is, and this is what I'm really trying to say, the truth of the matter is they never really had a chance. Because we already know what's gonna happen, bro. What's gonna happen.
To that point, Scruff, I believe the officiating crew that's officiating this game, anytime they've officiated a Chiefs game, the Chiefs have won that game. They've never lost a game with this crew. T, go ahead and jump in here.
Can't bet against Mahomes, man. I don't care what the X's and O's say. I don't care what CJ Stroud did, bro. I don't care if he just got baptized. You cannot bet against Mahomes. It just don't, bro. Don't do it. And I really think this is not this is a tough matchup for the Chiefs. Like Bryce said, bro, they played so many games. Raiders played them within a snap.
That's Raiders,
yeah. Like Raiders played them tough twice. They are beatable, but the problem is, man, they know they're better than you. And sometimes the aura of that puts the other team at a disadvantage. You press a little bit. You do things that are uncharacteristic. You try to. It changes the play calling. Third and 2. All season you took a shot, but now you say let's run the ball because we want to keep Mahomes off the field, and you get stuffed. It's like, bro, I like CJ. I like what they're doing, but in my mind, I can't honestly have confidence in CJ, Schultz, and Collins to get it done. I don't think they use Mixon as much as they should or as well as they should. Maybe that's because of the O-line, but I think push come to shove, man. Chiefs have too many ways to beat you. They can stretch the field. They can play possession. They got possession receivers. They got a tight end. They can run the ball. They can throw to their backs. However you want to stop them, they have an answer for. And it's not true for the Texans. You can absolutely stop them. You slow CJ down. You slow Collins down. That game's over. And I really want to see the Chiefs lose, bro. My youngest son used to be a 49ers fan. He's a Chiefs fan. I really want to see the Chiefs lose, but it's not happening this week. It could. Like, my heart's telling me CJ has some up his sleeve. Almost like when Deshaun Watson almost should have beat him with that Texas team. Yeah. But I think we might push on the shove. We see something like that. Hey.
Right. T, in an alternate universe, Deshaun Watson is Patrick Mahomes, and that game right there was the game that changed the trajectory. In an alternate universe, Pat Mahomes is getting massages all crazy.
by MAGA women. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, bro, because you're so right, bro. That game right there, that Deshaun versus Pat game literally changed the trajectory of those careers, dog. That was like they was the same dude at that point, bro.
Yeah, they were.
Choices. Life's all about choices.
Wasn't they calling Deshaun the Michael Jordan of quarterbacks? And
Yup.
Yeah.
Deshaun was a stud. You know what I'm saying? Before his trial.
Shit, the Deshaun fall off is crazy, man. That was much chronicled on this show too, man. It felt like every week there was a new allegation, and we were talking about Deshaun Watson.
And what's crazy is now, since they cut my man massages off, he can't stay healthy.
No, yeah, buddy got hurt again. He was hurt. How you out hurt and then you get hurt while you hurt? That's like getting fired on your day off.
That's what I'm saying. It's no look. You can't get nobody to rub the kinks out no more. So no pun intended.
My man can't.
Rub the kinks out is crazy.
My man can't even walk in the massage envy or stretch work. It's not.
You know what I'm saying? He can't do it. Like,
there.
They probably giving that man all male massage or all male trainers now. He like, nah, I'm never getting healthy.
With the third
I'll
gun,
never get healthy like this.
I got you, big dog. Nah, bro, nah.
He said, I'm walking it off.
No, he got
I'm walking it off.
Massage gun, bro. He got. He probably got the little roller joint. He blown. It's never the same. It's never the
Said
same.
I'll do this shit myself.
It's never the same though. You know that. As a man, you know that. It's never the same.
Oh, it's definitely never. It's not even close, bro. What?
That massage got me feeling like Splendor.
That joint, yeah, like, bro.
Oh man.
Look your own food, but when somebody else make it, it just hit different, bro. It's just one of them things, man.
All right. So last week, man, I said the Commanders Bucks was the main event. This game that I say for the end is definitely the main event of the divisional round. We got the Ravens at Buffalo, the top two MVP candidates going head to head in the playoffs. I mean, hey, if you're a football fan, it doesn't matter if you like these two teams or not. This is the kind of matchup you want to see. Look, Josh Allen, man, he's been saying he's having his Luka year. We were kind of all in agreement, though, that Lamar's kind of got the stats and had the season to be MVP. Neither one of these QBs can really take an L. Neither one of these fan bases want to see that. The Bills are very much expecting Josh Allen to carry them to the promised land. Lamar can't really afford to get bounced out before he gets another chance to meet up with the Chiefs. Man, which way y'all thinking this game goes, man? And which QB do you think has more to lose in this game? I'll start with Scruff on this.
More to lose. That's a tough one, man. Because, Lamar Jackson kind of, he has something to lose in the sense that, he keeps getting to the playoffs and he keeps not being able to get the job done, right? He hasn't been able to, he's not playing the best that he could, you could say, right? But Josh Allen has a lot to lose in the sense that he could be sitting there like a lame duck. In a sense that he could end up with the MVP and then immediately be like the opposite of vindicated, completely, unvindicated, shit. Because okay, you're the MVP. He's gonna get voted the MVP, right? Lamar Jackson, who was arguably really the MVP, goes in there and beats you in your own house. That's tough. The narrative around Josh Allen is gonna be a little fucked up. It's gonna be oh man, this guy's big time player during the regular season. You know what I'm saying? And then during the playoffs, he choked, right? He's not really the MVP. We're gonna be talking about him like people was talking about Embiid the next year. You know what I'm saying? They were like, I don't know. Looking back on that shit, there was really no conversation. Jokic is better than Embiid. And this is kind of similar to that. Lamar Jackson is going to win the game, if that's unclear to you guys.
Okay. I like that. Bryce, man, what do you think about this big matchup in Buffalo?
Man, you posed a hell of a question, bro. Who's got more to lose? And it's hard to choose one on that front, bro. Because maybe it's because of the region I live in. I lean Lamar Jackson. I feel like people are just harder on Lamar Jackson than they are on Josh Allen. Part of that is because Lamar Jackson has had, good amount of opportunity in playoff scenarios, right? And he's been the MVP before, and we expect naturally a certain amount from an MVP, especially when it's a quarterback. So I'll go with Lamar having more to lose, and if you want, Lamar's got more to lose because then you pair in the fact that he's got Derrick Henry with him, right? So that gives you a less of an excuse to lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you got more to lose because people are gonna be like, damn, you couldn't even get it done with Derrick Henry. So I think it's Lamar, but I do think the Ravens come out on top of this game because I just don't think the Bills have enough firepower, man. You know, as good as Josh Allen is, I kept saying during that game, I'm like, Josh Allen, run the damn ball, bro. Like, you know, that game was close for a while, bro. Like, it was too close for a while, to be honest. And then it was like, out of nowhere, they just turned it on. But early, it was like, dog, what's going on? And I was like, damn, maybe my prediction going to end up being wrong. You know what I'm saying? After that first.
Right on time, that shit kicked in.
Yeah, it did. It kicked in right on time. And you know when it kicked in? When Josh Allen started using his legs. You feel me? So we'll see. If Josh Allen's able to use his legs and become that true dual threat, I think it's going to be a close game. But man, what the Ravens are doing with Lamar Jackson and the holes that Lamar is creating for Derrick Henry, bro, that shit is insane, bro. I mean, the sea is parting for Derrick Henry, bro. Like, and y'all know I've been calling Derrick Henry the best running back in the league for like what? Since we started this show. I've been back when they were saying what running backs have been called the best, CMC, and then they was giving it to Dalvin Cook when we first started the show. You know what I'm saying? They was giving it to all these guys. You know, I've been steady saying the whole time I was telling y'all, Derrick Henry the best in the league. You give him 20 carries, you guarantee to win, right? This year is the first year I wavered away from that, and I said I now think it's Saquon Barkley. But Derrick Henry, dog. That Bama he is such a monster when you pair him with Lamar Jackson, bro. It's like, bro, you got to really pick your poison. And when Lamar Jackson came out in that last game, and on the first drive he ran that shit 5 straight times, do you know what that did to that defense, bro? Like, that just opened shit. Like, yo, if Lamar Jackson coming out on that time, bro, the Ravens they're unstoppable in my opinion. I don't know if Lamar Jackson's going to commit to that run in that way. Or if Ravens fans might not even want him to. The coaching staff might not even want him to. That might be too risky. But if he decides to take that route, bro, you're not beating that's the team that's season starts in the championship, if that's the route Lamar Jackson's taking, bro. Like if Lamar Jackson's taking that route, bro, that shit's unstoppable, bro. So I gotta go. What's that?
I said that's what it's gonna take though.
I agree. And I gotta go with the Ravens, man. It's just I can't see Josh Allen beating that, bro. Not with James Cook and Keon Coleman, bro. I can't see it,
bro. T Boogie, man. Lamar, your Lamar takes a classic on this show. So what are you thinking in this one?
I don't bet against streaks, man. White men bet on a crazy run, bro.
Yeah, what?
Trump beat Kamala. Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson. Even the women. Caitlin Clark is better than Angel Reese. Bro, I'm not betting against the streak. Josh Allen gonna win MVP and win the game. Like, the writing's on the wall. Listen, it don't matter that Lamar is better. It don't matter that the Ravens are better. It don't matter that Lamar is having a better season. Listen, man. Listen, in this country, right now, listen, bro. I don't know if it's the horoscopes or the ancestors, but or just the balances of the scales. You know what I'm saying? But right now, DEI's out the door, CRT out the door. You know what I'm saying? They can't even talk about slavery in the classroom. Listen, bro. I hear what Lamar and them talking about. I hear what the Ravens talking about. But listen, inauguration is on Martin Luther King Day. So MLK. They installing that man into the system on y'all day. And y'all think they gonna let Lamar mosey on into the Super Bowl?
Hey, you saw the ref come apologize to Josh Allen?
Every time we on?
That was crazy, bro.
See what type of time he on?
On the sideline.
Listen, man.
Hey.
Hey, listen. As I always say, them folks got ancestors too. All right. And all their ancestors ain't take L's. All right. So going quite well. So X and O's, Ravens should go in there and win this game. They absolutely should go in there and win this game. But bro, I'm not betting against Josh Allen just because I just feel like the script writers and you know that's just how it's gonna go. Football wise, bro, the Ravens are better. Lamar's better than Josh. Derrick Henry's better than James Cook. Rashad Bateman's better than Keon Coleman. Likely and what's the other tight end?
Mark Andrews.
They're better than Kincaid and Knox. Like
Yeah, they better. They better across the board.
the Ravens are better. They should win this game. So to answer the question, who has the most to lose? It's the Ravens. The Ravens have the most to lose. The Ravens should have been in the Super Bowl last year. So to not make it again, and if you don't make it again, we can't make the excuse that you had to get by Pat Mahomes. We couldn't get by Jordan. You didn't even get by Joshua. So the Ravens got the most to lose.
Hey man, I said it when I threw it to you, man. You always have a classic Lamar take. That might have been the most classic Lamar take of all time. That was one of the great T Boogie takes right there. But I don't see no flaws in that, man. Like if the Bills come out and win this game, I will be sitting there thinking T Boogie got a crystal ball somewhere. That streak is that streak is going crazy right now. That was a good take though. Look, man, real quick, my thoughts on Baltimore versus Buffalo. Lamar definitely has the most to lose. It's no question. Josh Allen's playing with house money. That team is a team much like my Commanders, who I'm not going to be fooled into believing that's a good team. That's a team with a quarterback who is carrying them. They go as far as their quarterback can possibly carry them. And unfortunately for Bills fans, they're running into a cheat code with Lamar and Derrick Henry. To Bryce's point, completely unstoppable. They're both 99 on Madden. Like legitimately, if you were to play with them on Madden right now, that would be cheating. That's like, come on, like really, like so. The Ravens got to go. They got to get past Buffalo. The real test for them is the Chiefs, because to y'all's earlier points about Pat Mahomes, they just win. It don't matter. Like, people saying they cheating. Maybe they are. Maybe the refs bailing them out. Maybe they got a certain curse going in their favor. I don't know what it is, but the Chiefs just always find a way to win, even when they really shouldn't. So it's hard to bet against them. But that's the real that's the real test for Lamar, in my opinion. So I got the Ravens getting past Buffalo. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to be that close.
Real quick, I do want to say one thing though. And this goes back to my, to my theory, bro. It's ironic, if that's the right word for it, that Lamar's greatest season is Justin Tucker's worst season. The universe don't make no accidents, bro.
That's crazy. Nah, because imagine Lamar AFC Championship, they about to beat the Chiefs, and Tucker misses the extra point.
Hey, I hate to say this, man, but like
that's the way the year been going.
That could happen. Nah, he's on his last leg. No pun intended.
Nah. Tucker,
bro. Trust me, bro. I'm telling you, he might not miss another kick, but I'm telling you, I'm at the stadium. I've been at every Ravens home game, and I also saw them on the road against the Cowboys. I saw Justin Tucker kick, and I saw Dallas kicker kick. I know you know Dallas kicker, but that motherfucker got a leg. It's two different type of situations, bro. You looking at the ball in the air, bro. You see how that shit moving? Tucker shit not really moving like they used to, bro. I'm just saying. Neither is Jake Elliott's, if I'm being honest.
To me, the shit with Tucker goes back to the confidence. Kicker is a position that you cannot play with zero confidence, bro. Like, it don't matter how nice your leg is. If you don't believe, if you can't visualize that shit going in, if you thinking about missing, you already miss.
That's true.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes for kickers, man. But before we get out of here, man, anybody got anything else they want to get out?
Looking forward to this weekend, man. It's gonna be a good weekend of football, man. And we didn't even get to talk about national championship on Monday, but it's gonna be a hell of a weekend into Monday. Football. So I'm excited for that one.
A lot of good football. We'll have to get into
the. Got to take a pick on that one real quick on the college championship. Who y'all got? I know Bryce got.
You already know who I'm rocking with, man.
Yeah.
We made the chip in my first year as a fan, man. Come on, bro. my golden domers, man. First year as a fan, and we made the chip, bro.
Definition of bandwagon right there.
Dog. It's only bandwagon if you become a fan during the week of the championship. All right, it's not a bandwagon. All right, I chose this team fair and square. I could have chose a lot of teams. I just happened to choose the right one. All right,
12 teams to be exact.
Hey, look, the good mister doesn't always hit, but the good mister rarely misses. All right. The good mister is not Justin Tucker. The good mister like Justin Tucker from 2014, all right? Okay. Rarely miss, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going on the
I think Ohio State gets them. I feel like that's a different level team.
Yeah, I'm rocking Ohio State as well in this one.
Hey, who coached at Ohio State?
Man, that Ryan Day.
Ryan Day.
That's a white guy?
It is.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going.
Hey man, Marcus Freeman, you know, he's playing that side too, if you know what I mean. All right.
I say this though, I like Notre Dame's brand of football, man. The boys physical, man.
Yeah, and you know what I like about Notre Dame is, bro, they come into these games, like every game. If you just look at the lines, the O line versus the D line, right? Notre Dame is always way smaller than the team they play. Like the other team got these 320 pounders. Notre Dame guys like 280, 285, but they going hard, bro. And they running through walls for Marcus Freeman, bro.
Bro, I just honestly think Ohio State got more pros, so that's how I'm gonna lean on this one.
They do. They definitely got more pros. But you know, that quarterback for Notre Dame is a gamer, man. Riley Leonard's a gamer, bro. So
let's hope it's close, man. I just want to see some good football.
Yeah, man. I honestly think this format, the college football playoffs this season, has presented some good football. I've enjoyed it very much. But yeah, man, we didn't even get a chance to get into the NBA either. We'll start touching on the NBA next week as well. This is a good show though, fellas. NFC conference or NFL conference games next week. National championship results. We got another big show for y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. If you stuck around this long, definitely hit that like button, that subscribe button. And y'all know how we end every show, man. Sports for the culture.